Hi everybody, this is Peter from Veil of the Edges. We are here for the final turn of this Empire of Sonnstahl versus Sylvan battle. It is the last turn for the Empire. Let's start with the charge phase. And what shall we do in the charge phase? Well, let's have some fun. Let's not just do the obvious thing of charging. Let's play around a bit. I'm not going to declare any charge with my units. I'm going to move to the movement phase. And in the movement phase, I'm going to put this knight out of the way. I'm going to retreat these guys backwards. I'm going to cast some magic on these dudes, and then I'm going to shoot at these dudes to try and get them out of the victory zone, because we don't want any elves in that zone in there. All right, so let's see. How can I move this knight out of the way? Well, something tells me that probably the easiest thing to do would be to just wheel out of the way and make room for the light infantry to shoot. So let's say that I want to make a, I have advance 7, march 14, not really worried about my movement. Let's say I'm going to make a wheeling towards the field of 5 inches. Nice. And then let's say that I'm still going to use the 2 inches of movement, of advanced movement that I have to walk in that direction. And that means I am still inside the victory zone, so this is counted as a scoring unit. Then I can take this other unit, and you can move backwards or sideways with your units by half the advance value of your unit. The advance value is 4, half is 2. Let's move backwards by 2. All right. So I'm in, they're in, but interestingly now, my friends over here, they have a clear line of sight over the archers, okay? So they get to shoot at them. And I would say that this is all for the movement, right? Let's jump to the magic phase. I'm not really interested in casting the armor spell. I just want to cast the Scorching Salvo and fry maybe another additional elf or 2. Let's see how many magic dice I have available. This is my last card, and I get 7 versus 5. Aha, 7 versus 5. That means that I can only use 5 dice to cast a spell, and my opponent can use 5 dice to dispel. So I don't really have an advantage here. Plus, I might risk to burn up my own mage. That's a bit tough, but you know what? Let's risk it. 5 dice. No triples, please. Okay, no triples. And I rolled a 21. 21 is not bad. Let's see whether the 5 dice from the Sylvan player can get us at least a 21 to dispel the spell. Yeah, it's a 16, so the spell is in. Interesting. Now, as you remember, Scorching Salvo does D3 plus 1 hits with strength 4. So I have to take this 1 die, I have to roll it. Again, as always, 1 and 2 means 1, 3 and 4 means 2, and 5 and 6 means 3. I roll it, and I get a 2, which means 1 hit, plus 1 is 2. Strength 4, resilience 3 means 3 plus 2 wounds. And I make a 1 and a 6, which results in 1 additional dead elf, which sadly is not enough to force a panic test. So we only have 5 instead of 6, and we still need to kill 2 of them in the shooting phase to force the panic test, which starting to seem unlikely. But at least now we are at 3, 6, 9 inches away, no cover, no how's it called? No cover and no movement and no units in between. I forgot though that I just cast the Healing Waters on this guy. So these guys have Aegis 5+, which means that the guy that I just killed with my spell can still live if I manage to roll a 5 or a 6. And roll a 4. That's what happens when you forget about rules. If your opponent forgets a rule like this, I had an Aegis, let your opponent roll the die. Be nice. Enough mumbling, let's go to the shooting phase. In this shooting phase, I'm going to have my 3 light infantry target the Sylvan archers down here. And let's see, I have 3 dice. I'm gonna hit with a 4+. The ambulance is saying hello to everybody. They're coming for the archers, you know. 4+, 3 hits. Let's see if I wound. I roll a 2, and a 4. This one hits, strength 4, resilience 3, so it means 3 up to wound, and I do wound. There is no armor, but as we just said, there is indeed a Aegis save by 5+, and I roll a 1, which means that another archer dies. Now, this is interesting because it means 1 out of 6 died in the magic phase, and 1 out of 5 died in the shooting phase, and it was never at least 25% of the unit, so there's no panic test. If I had killed both of them in the magic phase, or if I had killed both of them in the shooting phase, it would have been 2 out of 7, it would have been at least 25%, and the Sylvan elves would have had to roll a discipline test at 8, and you know, maybe they passed it and nothing else happened anyway. So, long story short, this is the end of the 4th turn for the Empire, and also the end of the whole game. We can now look at the victory board. These guys are in by a tiny little margin. These guys are totally in. And here we just killed the last elf that was in the zone. So at the end of this game, after all these videos, I don't know how many there are, maybe 7, 8, something, the Empire has a crushing victory with 3 units inside the victory zone, and the unit of Sylvan archers just outside of it because of the last casualty that we inflicted. Victory for the Empire. Let me know what you thought about this little game, what you thought about the quick starter, what you thought about the tabletop simulator adaptation. Really interested in your feedback. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye. Cheers.